Hello, and welcome to Self-Publishing with Kindle Direct, brought to you by the Newport Beach Public Library. This slideshow will introduce the concept of self-publishing, go over the steps for self-publishing an ebook with Kindle Direct Publishing, provide an overview of print publishing with Kindle Direct, and discuss additional issues surrounding self-publishing. So why might you decide to go with self-publishing? Maybe you have a specialized book that might not resonate with mainstream publishers. Maybe you just want something for your friends and family. And increasingly, people selling online, especially ebooks, don't see the value of a publisher like they used to. This is a chance to cut out the middleman. Is self-publishing worth the investment? Ebook creation has practically no upfront monetary cost, assuming you have access to a computer and necessary software, which you do with the library. Print on demand became prevalent in the 1990s, allowing people to self-publish without having to commit to a minimum order. Self-publishing is relatively low cost if you learn the process to self-publish with a service like Kindle Direct Publishing. There it's about $4 plus shipping cost to you for a print book that's around 100 pages long. The time you take writing the book is also a big investment. Additionally, it takes time to format the book. How much time depends on your familiarity with Word or other publishing software. Will you hire an editor? Maybe you can trust your friends and family for helpful feedback, but then again, maybe not. What are your goals for self-publishing your book? Maybe it's just personal satisfaction. Maybe you want to give gifts to friends and family. Maybe you want to document family history, a family reunion photo book, etc. Most importantly, being creative can provide you with pleasure that you can't get any other way. And one more thing to consider. If you never see your book on a bookstore shelf, will that be okay? Self-publishing packages, also known as vanity press, differ from what we are talking about today. Kindle Direct Publishing and similar distributors are often referred to as self-service interfaces, meaning you must do the work, but there are no setup fees or minimum orders. Self-publishing packages can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. They may require a minimum number of copies per order, or they might charge you extra setup fees for each new proof. They may include editing and formatting services, and designers can make a cover for you. Some of these services can be helpful, but many places that offer them have predatory pricing and try and upsell you things that you might not actually need. They are trying to profit off the creation of your book, not the sales. Wherever you go, make sure to read the fine print. Some publishing services have exclusivity clauses in their terms, which means if your book does find success, you might not be able to sell that book where you want, when you want. Okay, on to the website. We will go over self-publishing using the Kindle Direct website. You can publish in both ebook and physical book format simultaneously using Kindle Direct. First, we'll go over the ebook steps, and then after, a few extras for the physical book. First, head to your bookshelf. The bookshelf page for Kindle Direct allows you to manage your self-published titles and create new ones. You can use your Amazon login if you already have one. Begin with Create a New Title. Fill out the various parts of the form as instructed. Begin with the language of your ebook, and then fill in the title. Continue to fill in the pertinent information. You do not have to worry about the optional sections if they are not relevant to your book. If you're going to try selling your ebook, make sure to have an accurate and interesting description for the ebook. It is one of the primary ways a potential customer will learn about your title. Keywords are very important for helping potential customers find your title. Choose keywords that are relevant to your book. If you use horror to describe a cozy romance, people will be disappointed and might leave unfavorable reviews. In a world where there are thousands and thousands of books, do your best to find an audience. Genre titles, like romance or science fiction, are generally the best-selling ebook titles. Try looking at other successful titles in the genre or specialty your book belongs to. See which search terms best help with discovery. Keep your keywords from being too broad, otherwise your title may get lost among the titles that are already established in that subject area. For example, use Revolutionary War historical romance rather than just romance. If you don't care about selling your title, and you're just making it for fun or for a gift, you don't really need to worry about keywords. Categories, like keywords, also help potential customers find your book. You can always click on the blue help text to learn more about the different steps in the process. All right, save and continue. Moving on to the Kindle ebook content. First, we'll start with digital rights management. Digital rights management, or DRM, helps control whether or not people can easily move an ebook between their electronic devices after they purchase it. You can choose to make it difficult or easy for them. Upload your completed book here. You will have a chance to make changes and re-upload as many times as you want before final publishing. Create a cover in graphic software like Photoshop, or use the included cover creator tool to create a cover through Kindle Direct Publishing. The templates will help you format your cover, but you can still upload your own art or photos if you want. Use the preview tool to see where your ebook will look like on an e-reader, on the computer, or in a phone or tablet app. Flip through the ebook just like you would while using an e-reader, like a Kindle, or in an app, like Libby. You don't need to worry about an ISBN for an ebook at this time, but you will need one for a physical book. More on that later. Pricing can be complicated with KDP. There are lots of incentives to sell exclusively through Amazon.com. This means if you decide to sell only on Amazon, you can receive a higher royalty rate, but your ebook will be unavailable through other retailers. The terms are different for ebooks and print books. It is worth reading through the terms of service when deciding how you want to sell and distribute your ebook. KDP Select offers higher royalty rates than normal ebook publishing. It also provides you with opportunities to create promotions, like temporary discounts, for your titles. These techniques can increase your visibility and generate interest in your title, but it also limits the sale of your ebook to Amazon.com. Read the terms and research other authors' experiences with these offers to decide how you would like to proceed. You can always experiment with this and then decide not to stay in the Kindle Direct Publishing Select program after the required period of participation ends. Now we'll go over the different pricing options and how they can affect your overall profit. Try plugging in different prices to see how your royalties will be impacted. Also, make sure to check the terms of service from time to time. Once registered, you should receive email notifications when they update. They are not very exciting, but they're also easier to understand than many other terms of service that go on for dozens of pages. See how much the royalty prices vary with different list prices? You may also participate in the Kindle Book Lending Program, depending on the marketplace options you choose. More on that later. The last step is to publish your ebook. Once you publish your title, it will appear in the marketplaces you have selected, and customers can purchase it. You can also create a print version of your book by following a very similar process. See, that's what it'll look like. You can create a print version and an ebook version for the same title. Customers will have a choice of choosing between the two. ISBNs are International Book Standard Numbers, unique to each edition of a book. If you are selling a print book, you can either have a free ISBN assigned by KDP or purchase an ISBN from another website. You'll also need to decide on the size and physical aspects of your book. Unlike ebooks, print books must conform to a specific set of page dimensions, margins, and borders. Once you have decided on the size of your book, you can download a template that is already formatted for that size. That way, you can just copy your manuscript and paste it into the formatted template. You will likely have to make some additional adjustments for things like chapter headings, but it's still much easier than starting from scratch. You'll just have to replace the placeholder text in the template with your own manuscript. Notice that the margins are different on different sides of the page. The larger margin goes in the middle of the book and is known as the gutter. The extra margin area prevents the text from getting lost in the inside fold of the spine of the book. Upload and continue the rest of the steps like you would an ebook, and that's it. Well, at least the technical part is done. Selling and marketing is still something you may choose to pursue. And now for some more notes on Kindle Direct Publishing. The terms of service. These set forth the framework for the contract between you, the author, and Kindle Direct Publishing, or Amazon, which is the publisher, printer, and seller of your title. They are long, written using legal language, and are updated often. It's worth reading all the way through at least once. It's also important to remember that they are in Amazon's favor, from allowing them to change the terms at will to force arbitration for disputes. Confidentiality. Do not share communications between you and Amazon with other people. Do not share sales data with anyone. Amazon has the right to withhold royalties if you breach the contract. Share only publicly available information. Kindle book lending. This is a vestige of the early days of ebook selling. It allows users to share an ebook they purchased one time to another person for a limited amount of time. KDP books are automatically enrolled in this, but you can opt out if you use a 35% royalty option. There are no royalties from Kindle book lending. Kindle Select. This is an optional program for authors using KDP. It allows more control over the pricing and marketing options using Amazon services. It requires that ebooks are sold and distributed exclusively through the Amazon and Kindle stores. Content must be created by you, no licensed or public domain works. And ebooks will be accessible through Amazon's Kindle Unlimited and Kindle Owners Lending Library services. Kindle Unlimited. This is a subscription service offered by Amazon. Readers can read an unlimited number of books and audiobooks on their various devices. Amazon determines payouts to authors based on how many pages of their books are read. Payouts come from a pool of Amazon funds paid into the service and is divided by total pages read each month. The Kindle Owners Lending Library. Kindle owning Amazon Prime members can check out one participating title per month with no due date. They can have only one title out at any given time. KDP ebooks participating in Kindle Select can be checked out using this program. The payout is the same as with Kindle Unlimited. Kindle Select marketing options. Kindle Select titles receive 70% of royalties instead of 35% in Brazil, Japan, Mexico, and India. It's an optional promotional program that allows you to lower the price of your ebook for up to 5 days every 90-day period while retaining 70% of the royalty rate on titles even below the $2.99 threshold. To take advantage of this, target campaigns at your fans. Their purchase can help game the algorithm to help generate interest among others. Possibly. And now for some quick tips for self-publishing. Build an audience by publishing multiple titles in the same genre. Self-published ebooks generally sell better than self-published print books. Study the techniques of other people who have had success in the area you're writing about, both for self-published and traditionally published authors. As for agents or publicists, they'll see your title's sales rankings online and come to you when you're at the level that one might be useful, and then you'll have to weigh whether they're worth it or not. Also, traditional publishers, same thing. After an ebook reaches a certain threshold on the bestseller charts, a traditional publisher may contact the author about making a physical version to sell in stores. Things to remember. Bookstores generally do not carry self-published titles on their shelves. Since anyone can make one, many people do. There's just not enough time for brick-and-mortar booksellers to look through everything on offer, nor is there enough room on their shelves. Kindle Direct Publishing includes a lot of resources on their website. Take advantage of them, especially for technical advice, but be wary of things that seem too good to be true. Self-service programs like KDP are considered distributors, not publishers. They don't necessarily care about quality, and they don't control your property. Launch sales are generally very slow for self-published ebooks. Once you have a number of titles, sales, reviews, the algorithm can kick in and really help drive sales. Don't be in a rush to publish your book. Make sure it's good first, especially regarding editing and formatting. The algorithm is the proprietary calculation that companies like Amazon and Google use to make some search results more visible than others. Each company's algorithms are secret, and they change often. While sales data heavily influences how an algorithm ranks titles, metadata is also taken into account. Metadata basically means data about data. So in the case of ebooks, it is the description of the book, the subject matter, the search terms used to look for the title, and so on. The subject you choose to categorize your book should match the subject matter. For example, don't categorize a sad book as humor. The average reader will likely be disappointed, and bad reviews could drive the algorithm to rank your title lower. The keywords you use should be ones that your readers will use. Test out search terms online. See what comes up and if you like the results. Check at the bottom of a Google search page for other, similar terms that might also work. Be specific. Historical fiction is probably too broad, while American Civil War novel is more exact. The book marketplace is changing all the time. Ebooks saw a steep increase in popularity for a while, then it tapered off for normal titles. However, there was another ebook boom after a major shift to online publishing as a result of stay-at-home and social distancing orders. Popular areas include genres like romance. Specific niches are where self-published authors thrive. Experiment with price. Cheap books lower the barrier to purchase, but they may devalue your work in the long run. Some authors get followers by interacting with readers on social media. Other authors avoid the public and let the book speak for themselves. Email newsletters are a popular method of letting your fans know you have a new title coming out. Providing free copies of your ebook to your readers ahead of release can help generate buzz and get reviews on websites like Amazon and Goodreads. The more reviews a book has, especially positive reviews, the more visible that title will be on online platforms. However, services that offer bulk reviews for a fee should not be used. They go against the terms of service of online marketplaces like Amazon and can result in your book being downranked or delisted from the marketplace. Research shows that your time is usually better spent creating more books rather than spending lots of time and money on marketing. If you have several titles in the same subject out there, people who browse that category are more likely to see at least some of them. Books in a series also have people coming back for more. And don't forget, the library is a great resource. There's a 24-episode Great Courses series called Publishing Your Book on Canopy. The series can be streamed for free online using your library card. It focuses primarily on traditional publishing methods, but does include information on self-publishing. Use the computers at the library when available. They're free, have all the software you need to complete your book, and there might be fewer distractions here at the library. Also, take advantage of the reference staff here at the library. Unfortunately, we can't edit your book, or review it, or market it. But hopefully we can answer some quick questions about formatting, help with setting up an account, or problem solve some other small technical issues. And lastly, the first time you go through this process, it might be difficult, but if you make it through, the next time will be much easier. And while coming up with more stories may take some work, the technical aspects of getting your self-published book ready for distribution will no longer hold you back. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us here at the Newport Beach Public Library. Thank you so much. Bye.